let's open these eggs and let's see what kind of games I'm going to get. Skipping will reveal all the games in your box. Oh, no, I don't want that. Then I will just open them, I guess. Okay. Oh, fuck off. Don't need that. Okay, let's see. Oh. Magicat. Don't really know what kind of game that is. Vanaris Tactics. You. Garbage. Streamer Life Simulator. Oh my goodness. Don't know that game. Ziggurat. You need. Oh no. Okay. Oh, that one seems nice. Okay. Here's Monkey Tavern. Chenso Club looks cool, I guess. Botfies. Don't know. Hero of the Kingdom. Kingdom Dragon Pass. Oh, that's a multiplayer game. Okay. Arx Fatalis. Broken Lines. Doom 64. Minute of Islands. Looks pretty cool. And Time Loader. Okay. I'm going to be honest. There are a few games that I do not enjoy, or I think I will not enjoy. I think Magicat is probably like a platformer. I like 2D platformers, so that's nice. You is a game I've heard about before. I think it's a really creative puzzle game, so I'm looking forward to playing that one. Lilia's Sky Arc looks fun as well. And yeah, not quite sure what I think about this deal. Okay, so after playing these 20 games, let's just start from the first game, and then I will just end with the last game. So we started playing Magicat. Magicat is a 2D platformer. What I thought was really interesting about this game is that every single level ends with a boss fight. And it's not like most boss fights are that inventive or creative, but it was a nice touch. And I also like the fact that so you have this overworld, but you can skip levels. And it's kind of open worldy almost. It's not that linear as you would expect for like a 2D platformer with an overworld. So there are multiple endings as well, and a lot of secret or hidden levels you can unlock if you buy like items at the overworld shops, that kind of stuff. The actual level design started to become a bit more interesting after like 50% of like started to become a bit more interesting after like a few hours into the game. But I guess I enjoyed it, but I wasn't blown away by the quality of this game. It does have a nice soundtrack, I have to say. I really liked a few songs. So, I guess it's alright. Then we had Vanaris Tactics. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a big turn-based strategy kind of person. So, I knew beforehand this wasn't really a game I was going to enjoy that much. It's kind of basic for a tactical game, but yeah, I just didn't enjoy it that much. It's too slow paced. It's like I like action platformers, 2D platformers. That's really my kind of genre. And these tactical games, they don't do it for me. I want to be like doing the bottom prompts and not like and I don't like doing like you have to do this attack and there's like pros and cons if you do this attack. Like no, I want to do it right here, right now, and if I screw up myself and not in the long run. I don't know. It's hard to explain for me, but turn-based strategy kind of games, or yeah, those are not my kind of games. But I have to say, I didn't hate this game. It was alright. I just stopped playing after an hour because I was like, yeah, I don't really enjoy it that much. But I feel like they added a decent amount of new things to keep it fresh and exciting. Okay, next up was You. I was already excited when I saw this game was in the bundle because I've heard great things about it, and I'm happy to say I really enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it so much that I'm going to do an in-depth review of this game in a later video. So yeah, long story short, I really enjoyed it. It was really creative. I liked the overall presentation as well. The music was great. So yeah, hope you will look forward to that review. Then next up was Garbage. Well, this is an interesting title, I guess. Garbage. I'm not going to say I thought the game was garbage, but it was another turn-based strategy kind of game. But this time you were like a hobo, so a person who doesn't have like a home, and by training and like beating other hobos or criminals, or well, you get the gist. You will become stronger and better, and eventually you will become like the boss. I guess a pretty fun idea, but totally not my cup of tea. So yeah, Garbage deserves a spot at my in my garbage bin. Not saying it's a bad game, but it's not. I don't think it's that great. Another game I didn't really enjoy was Streamer Life Simulator. I don't know. I don't like these simulation games, especially if they are so glitchy and so. You don't have that much to do in these kind of games. It's just like what you do in real life, but then more goofier. Like you install your PC and you start off with like really bad internet, and the developers decided to actually make you wait for like starting up a website, like browsing a website, and it started to become really annoying really quickly. And yeah, I don't know. I just didn't. It didn't manage to suck me in, and I guess there are like people who like these kind of games, but I'm not one of them. So yeah, I'm sorry. Not going to recommend this one either. Oh, by the way, my camera is so like light or whatever because like in my update video it was so dark, and I feel like my face cam is a bit old and doesn't really know how to do like adjust to the brightness all by itself. So I was just like, okay, let's try this setting. I don't know if it looks fine. It looks kind of decent. It looks a bit blurry though, but yeah. Hope you don't mind that much. The next game was Tempest. Another game I was like, oh, this is not a game I will enjoy. And yeah, I was right. I don't want to be like a negative going into like playing games, but you know, sometimes you see a game or you see like the tags and you know it's not made for you. So Tempest is this pirate game where you have to manage your ship, and you have to battle other pirate ships, and you can go to towns, buy more crew members, buy more ammo, or upgrade your ship. It was really it was a real slow process, and also didn't really like the pirate ship fighting. So I think I played like 20 minutes of this game. I managed to destroy one pirate ship, but I also sank during the process. So we both destroyed each other. It was kind of funny, but I was like, no, this is not a game for me again. But if you like pirate games or like battling with ships, maybe you'll enjoy this one. But I didn't, I'm sorry. Ziggurat, or Ziggurat, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was the next game. And I have to say that I kinda enjoyed it. It's like a roguelike game where you play as a wizard, and yeah, you just have to find your way in this maze-like world. There are many rooms that spawn in enemies, and to progress you have to kill all the enemies, and then you go in a different room, and maybe you have like a room with no enemies, but like you can unlock a special item. Yeah, it's basically like a roguelike. So you don't know where to go. The levels are random generated, and you eventually get better and better, but if you die once, you have to start all over again without any equipment or loot you got in your previous run. So if you're into that kind of like game design, then maybe give it a try. I feel like the difficulty wasn't that high, but you can get a bit unlucky if you enter the wrong room, if you're not well equipped. But it was a decent amount of different spells you could use, and I feel like the controls were kinda responsive as well. So yeah, not too bad, but not. I don't think I will return to this game, even though I didn't think it was a bad game. But it is a bit outdated. It's kinda old. I don't know what the release date was of this game, but you can see it's an old game. Then the next game, Unity of Command. Holy crapperine. Holy. I didn't like this game at all. It was another like turn-based strategy game, but you had to control so many different soldiers and tanks, and you were basically like reenacting the Battle of Stalingrad, I think. And oh man, it took such a long time until your turn was over, or when the turn of the enemy was over, like the computer AI. Oh man, I really don't like these turn-based strategy games. I mean, I gave all of them a try, but I know like straight away I'm not going to enjoy it. So yeah, not a big fan of this game. It was really boring, repetitive, a lot of options. Nah, I'm sorry, can't recommend this one. Maybe if you like, if you're a big World War II or World War I kind of person, maybe you will enjoy it, but I had to leave after like a few rounds into the first mission. So no, don't recommend this one. Lila Sky Arc is up next, and I thought I was going to really enjoy this game. Like, it looks great, it sounds great. I like the pixelated, the pixel art design, but the combat was so disappointing. You basically had to grab stuff or put stuff in your inventory and throw it at enemies. So if you didn't have stuff in your inventory or there was other stuff around you, you couldn't fight. And I thought it was such a missed opportunity to not include like normal combat. Yeah, this one was really disappointing. I was really hoping I was going to like it. It's a real shame, because I feel like it had the potential to be a great game if it just had like enjoyable combat. So it was alright. So I can kinda recommend it, but know what to expect. Because the actual design of the game, like the overall presentation, is amazing. It is, like, the boss fights were pretty inventive. Yeah, I mean, the game looked great, but the gameplay was a bit repetitive, and that's why I decided to not finish it. Now, next up, Heroes of the Monkey Tavern. This game was so frustratingly annoying, because once again it's kind of like turn-based combat, but you can decide when you attack, but you don't know if you will hit the enemy. And oh man, it was so annoying. I also just didn't like the overall design of like controlling your character. You had to press these arrows, and I guess you could also use your keyboard, but to actually turn around I didn't know which button to use, so I just clicked all the arrows on top of my they were visible on my screen. And this game was so buggy, glitchy, just not great game design. I think it's a really cheap game, so you don't actually have to spend that much money to play it. But oh man, what was I annoyed by some choices. Yeah, like I said, the combat wasn't that great. When you picked up an item and you gave it to one of your party members, you couldn't actually drop it and give it to someone else. And yeah, not a big fan of this game. I guess I have the most clips of this. I have many clips of this game in my compilation in my highlights video, because it was such an annoying experience. I definitely do not recommend this game. But if you do like these kind of like dungeon crawler games, I guess I can call them, with like turn-based combat kinda, maybe give it a try, but otherwise, yeah, don't bother. Then another roguelike called Chenso Club, and I thought I was also going to like this game, and I liked it in the beginning. I liked the overall presentation, the amount of special moves you had were kind of cool. You had a few. You had many characters to choose from eventually. Many playable characters, that's what I mean. But the combat and the level design felt a bit off. I don't know. The level design was just spikes here and there, a few annoying jumps. You go to the next screen, you have to fight again. You go to the next screen, you have to fight again. You have some annoying jumps, but you have to fight again. And the combat itself felt a bit stiff. It didn't feel as fluid as you would expect, especially in the air. So yeah, I didn't. Well, it's pretty hard to finish or complete a roguelike game. But yeah, I didn't finish this one either. I think I unlocked 3 characters and I was like, okay, it's too repetitive for me. I had some nice ideas, but it was also a bit disappointing. So I do not recommend this one. It looks great, but it doesn't play great. Then the next one is Botvice. Botvice was not a bad game actually, but I feel like I'm getting a bit too old because my reaction time is it's not that great anymore. I really had the it really showed that I'm getting old. You had to do so much at the same time, like shooting enemies, dodging them, switching to different ammo, hiding. Yeah, you had to do so much all at the same time. But it controlled great, and it looked great. The music was decent, but it just gave me a headache. So I had to stop playing after finishing the first world, the first world, I guess. So, but it wasn't a bad game. It just wasn't a game that I could handle. Yeah, I guess that's all I can say about it. So if you have like, if you like high octane action, definitely give this one a try, maybe. Next up was Hero of the Kingdom. I don't know. It was a decent game. It was basically like find stuff on the map, click it. You have to find other like items, or you have to buy something so you can do something and progress further. And eventually you unlock like a giant piece of the map, and you can just fast travel back, and all you do is just go from A to point B, from B to C, from C to A. You know, it's like going back and forth to get items so you can progress further. I don't know, it was a pretty relaxing game. It wasn't that challenging. Sometimes I had to memorize where I had to find a specific item, or where I could buy a specific item. But yeah, eventually I got a bit bored by it, and I didn't feel like completing it. The story didn't manage to grab me. The beginning was kind of shocking, I have to say, but eventually I started to lose interest. But I expected worse when I saw this game. So yeah, not bad, not great either. It was okay. King of Dragon Pass. Okay, this is the game I least enjoyed because I'm not the right person to play these kind of games. If you love Dungeons and Dragons, maybe you will enjoy this game, or enjoy it a lot. It's like starting your own campaign and see where it goes with all these random scenarios. But it was all text-based. You had to read so much text, and like I said, I'm like a 2D platformer lover, so I like instant action, and this was not made for me. Maybe it's fun to play with like a few friends, let them choose what they want to do and see how it will end. But yeah, I'm not going to say this is a bad game. It just wasn't a game that's actually the right fit for me. So I'm not going to say like don't play it, but I personally don't recommend it. But maybe you will love it. But I personally thought it was the worst game because it was just text reading. Drink More Glurp. This is just a goofy game, multiplayer game. You can play it by yourself, but I think it's more fun to play with your friends. The character you controls really badly, really unresponsive, or controls you really get used to, and they throw in all these fun challenges, and yeah, I think it will be fun to play with your friends a few times, but I don't think it's a game you will continue on playing for like weeks. But it's definitely a fun time, and even when you're like really bad at games, you don't have like a disadvantage when you play this game, because I play a decent amount of games, and oh man, it took me so much time to actually walk on a to just walk normally. Let's say it like, yeah. I don't know. It was a fun game, and like I said, I think it's really fun with your friends. So yeah, not really impressed by this game, but I didn't hate it. It was fun. Arx Fatalis. I feel like this is like a Morrowind bootleg game. I don't think it's a bootleg game of Morrowind, but it feels kind of like it, but less great, like a bootleg is. It's also the whole setting is on the ground, and eventually I just didn't really enjoy the setting anymore. It was just getting a bit boring. Started to see a lot of the same colors, and I also didn't like the combat. The combat was horrible. What I did like was like the magic system is a bit different than usual. To cast magic, you have to like draw symbols in the air, and then you summon like a fireball, that kind of stuff. So I thought that was pretty creative. But other than that, it's also a really old game. I think it's like early 2000 it came out. So not really that enjoyable in my opinion. But if you like these fantasy RPG games and you don't mind like old school games that are a bit buggy, like the controls, that kind of stuff, yeah, sure, give it a try. Hopefully you will like it. Broken Lines. Another tactical turn-based game I thought I wouldn't enjoy. But surprisingly, it was kinda enjoyable. I'm not going to say like I enjoyed it so much that it's one of the best games on this list, or in this bundle. But it was, yeah, I did enjoy the time I had with this game. What I liked about this game was like they attack automatically. You only decide where they go and what special items they use. But when they see an enemy, they start shooting at them automatically. But you have to be sure to be in range and look into the right direction. But yeah, it was done well, I think. I just didn't really like the setting. It was just a lot of the same. But controlling these 4 characters, your party members, I guess, worked pretty well. You could control each of them individually and could do like a delay, and so your attack was more organized, well timed. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. So I was pleasantly surprised by this game. But yeah, it's still not a game I think I will play further. Maybe in the future. I don't know. Then Minute of Islands. I thought I was going to love this game. It looked so nice. Like the cartoony look was like you were watching a show on Nickelodeon or a different kind of channel. But the gameplay was so repetitive. And like exploring these islands was like a slow process that I finished the game, but I didn't really enjoy my time. I liked the story. The story was was well told. But also these dream sequences where you had to touch certain items in a certain order. Oh, they were so boring. Yeah, huge disappointment. But if you love like story-driven games, maybe give this one a try. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, it looks great, but the gameplay. Yeah, I feel bad about this one. But hey, it is what it is. Doom 64, it's just a port of this Doom 64 game. Doom is not my kind of game. It's too much of the same thing, just shooting stuff with barely any creative level design. I mean, it worked, it controlled well, but after a few levels, I was done with this game. But yeah, if you like Doom, I think Doom 64 is. It's like it's not the third title in the franchise, but you could actually see it as a third title. I don't know. I don't know that much about Doom, but if you like old school FPS games, maybe give this one a try. And then the last game, and a game I really enjoyed, is Time Loader. Time Loader is like a puzzle game where you play as this robot that has like 4 wheels, and the setting is just a normal house, but you're a really small robot, so the house looks really big, feels really big, so you interact with a lot of objects. And yeah, I really liked the game design and the level design in this game. It was not the hardest puzzle platformer, because a lot of things are highlighted with blue stripes or blue glow. But it had a charming story. The upgrades you will find along the way were very enjoyable, especially the one that will give you like a grappling hook ability. And yeah, I was kind of touched by the ending, and I didn't expect to enjoy this game so much. It's just a fun time. It's not that long. I think it took me like 2 hours to finish this game. There was one jump that made me almost lose my mind. Here's a clip of it, by the way. It took me at least a half an hour to get on the other platform. But other than that, yeah, really enjoyed this one. So definitely recommend if you love puzzle platformers, or maybe just platformers in general. So yeah, I guess those are like my opinions about this game. My favorite for sure was You, and that's why I'm going to review it, like an in-depth review. Yeah, there were also a lot of games I didn't enjoy or didn't like. But my top 5 in this bundle were You, Time Loader, Magicat, I guess. Ooh, Botvice, even though I'm too old for these kind of games. And Ziggurat, I think. I think those are my top 5. Lila's Sky Arc is then like just below it because of the combat. So overall, I would give this bundle a 6 out of 10, maybe. Because 2 out of the 20 games I really enjoyed. So that's like 10%. And I liked a few of them, and a few of them were kind of surprising. So yeah, if I do this again, I hope I will get more games that are more my kind of that are right up my alley, and not that many simulation or turn-based strategy kind of games. But yeah, I really enjoyed playing all these 20 games. The highlight video should be up really soon. So yeah, you get like a better. You can hear like my live reactions when I play these games. So yeah, 6 out of 10 I would rate this bundle. Hopefully the next one, if I do this again, yeah, will be a lot better. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this this video and all these short reviews. I did this all out of the blue. Like, I have no script next to me or something. It's just me thinking about these games, what I liked about them, what I didn't like about them. And so sorry if I rambled on a bit too long, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments if you want to see more of these kind of videos. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and see you in the next video, hopefully.